Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnetic Service. Those in front of me today and those listening are doing so because they know that there is something within themselves that is changing. They feel the shift. And they want to know more. It goes beyond that. There are some, for instance, in this room who have come for information, hoping it would be delivered. It has been. There are those who would come for healing, hoping it was delivered. It has been. When high consciousness humanity comes together with the love of God, you change many things around you. It is an axiom that has always been there, that when two or more gather together, they amplify their energy. When they're dealing with something with wisdom, with prayer, with meditation, it changes things. And so there is an intent with this group to know more. We feel this, and we know. I've given you a review, very quickly, of the basics of the change. You are now sitting in what we have called year one. 2013 was not year one. It was the recalibration year where much had to then be shifted for you to get to year one. And 2014 is it. It's a sacred year, 7. And this is what it's about. My partner picks up things that are happening that I show him. Sometimes there are pauses. I showed him one of you, and you know who you are, who's been through so much, and you're still here. His life is easy compared to yours. Every so often I will pick somebody in the group, an old soul, and show him their Akash. And he's in awe. This is on purpose. So he'll see he has a lot to learn about life. The old souls in front of me are going to make a difference in the planet, but they are still humans, and they're still working at a little over 33%. I told you that the change that you are going to experience would shift what you call normal. So let's recalibrate normal and talk about what it might be, adjusting to the new normal. It was back in July that we gave you a channeling about what that meant. So many of you have had disrupted lives, some due to health, and some with the abilities that you have, which we will call that which is metaphysical, beyond physics. I speak of the healers, the readers, all of the sensitives that are listening to this in any time frame. We know who you are. In the process of this change, there will be human attributes of emotion. When things change, you expect them to return to normal. This is your life. When you get sick for a little while, and you return to normal. All those who are trying to balance you are trying to get you back to the way you were, and this is a new paradigm, dear ones, not that paradigm at all. This, meaning the change, is a new paradigm. There is no more return to normal. In fact, What we have told you before is it isn't just shifting to a new normal, it's shifting to shift. It will continue to change. And so the new normal starts with getting used to change. And that is not a human attribute that's easy to accomplish. We gave the example, fun to some. Imagine your furniture and your house was intelligent. You go to work and you come back and it has decided to move around. You come home and it's all changed. What you might do is to tell it to behave and put it back where you want it. You can't do that. You see, the furniture now is tuned to a different frequency. It wants to move, and it does. And so you make an agreement with the furniture. Okay, I see where you want it to be. That's good. Let's keep it that way. You readjust the things around it that you like, and you leave for work and you come home and it's changed again. How do you like it so far? The human being has to learn to go to work and know that when they're coming home it's going to be different. Eventually the human being has to acknowledge the furniture is intelligent and say, I got the greatest furniture, it always rearranges itself, I can hardly wait to see what happens next. You walk in the door and you're joyful with the changes. This takes a special kind of human being that acknowledges the shift within themselves. There are certain attributes of being a human that does not like change or shift and longs for normal. So the first attribute is to get used to it, learn to love it, and expect it. Now, how does this work if you are into what we would call the attributes of energy? What if you are someone who has had a body shift of health? What about you? When I say it's impossible to get back to normal, what does that mean to you? Let me ask you, were you happy with the way it was? How would you like to return to a place where you're healthier than before you got sick? And is that possible? And the answer is yes. That's not a return to normal, is it? You see what I'm saying? It's a return to a better aware state. It's a return to health that you didn't expect. Is that all right? If you're an energy worker in the audience, some of you have been taken for a ride. And that ride is frustration and anger even, that you have seemed to have lost what you had. And maybe what you had was the ability for sensitivity to help people in many ways of their life. You have medical intuitives in here. You have those whose business is to help people in here. And I've heard you cry out and ask, what does it serve? What purpose of benevolence could it possibly serve to take away what I had? There are those listening to this message who cry in the night because they can't figure out what happened. They know their old souls and they've lost what they had. What we told you, we will reiterate. The broadcast that you have been picking up and receiving that allows these gifts has now shifted frequency and it's higher. The receiver in you, which you call the pineal, now has to tune to a higher frequency that is being broadcast in order for you to retrieve what you had. But there is no such thing as retrieving what you had. We just told you that. So what you're going to do is to retrieve what you had plus more. Are you ready for that? You are going to rewrite who you are. A human being, a gifted human being who is a reader in help of others, is going to rewrite their program so that their gifts are enhanced. And you'll see it when they start to return. You got to know some things. It's not going to feel the same. And so here you are sitting, waiting for it to return. I have news. You have to now do something we have not spoken of before. The normal reaction to a health issue is time heals. And if you wait long enough, you get back what you had. The idea of waiting to retrieve some of these things now is not the paradigm. Should you wait or act? In 2013, we told you not to do anything. 2013 was a waiting year. 2014 and beyond are action years. I'm asking you to act. You get up and you push on the door, and I'm going to tell you some of the attributes to try. And you're not going to like some of them because you didn't want to do this. You just want what you had back, right? And we just told you it isn't coming. There are those in the audience who didn't want to hear that. If you wait long enough, it'll return. No, it won't. It just won't. Waiting is not an option. Waiting is a vacuum. The old energy is not coming back. How do you pick up the new? So let's start the training. Number one, expect change. We said that. Understand that the old is not coming back. Understand that you're going to be proactive. You're going to push, metaphorically, on some energies and doors in order to reactivate the receiver to pick up the new signals. It won't take much, but you're going to have to work at it. Did you really expect that you could sit there laying around and everything is just going to return like it was? In the energy that we have told you is appropriate for the magnificence of your shift? You thought it was all going to return to the old? It isn't. You're going to have to move. And what I mean is energetically. Get up and move some energy around. Now, each one of you knows what that means because you are independent and you are also specific and unique. Every one of you has their own puzzle. This doesn't apply to everyone listening or in the room. It applies to the ones it applies to, and you'll know who I'm talking to. Number two, I want you to understand you've got help. My partner explained a body part function, the pineal. He also explained something inside you, which is a concept called innate. This is what has been called the smart body consciousness. This is the one that you talk to with muscle testing. This is the one that you're going to start awakening with processes to tell you what to do. It's combined with intuition. But let me tell you something you should know. Your body is listening. It expects you to talk to it in any way you think is appropriate, through intent, through consciousness, through verbalization. It is ready to find the new frequency. Your cellular structure is vibrating with expectancy. You're not going to push this rock uphill. All you have to do is start to activate that part in you to find the new frequency and revitalize what you had and more. Kryon, you talk in circles. Give us some specifics. I'll do it. There are some old things you need to revisit. Let's talk about affirmations. Do they work? And the answer is very well. Very well. When you speak things out loud with a consciousness of intent, you hear it yourself with your ears, corporally. The cells understand what you're doing. Remember, I said your body is listening. Affirmations are the quickest way to change your reality at this moment in time.